Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Xenomes and I was developing many things for the hand and rigging in general, right, on this character. And she has got hair, but I'm not working in that yet. I just need to finish the hair at some point. And so I'm trying to complete this character. There's a lot of interesting features going on, but I'm also using it to make experimentations for a long while. And now for this live, I want to address some improvements, right, in the facial rig especially. So right now, I've just simplified and improved this how to say, eyebrow rig. Yes, there's still some problems. This is the effect of shrink wrap. The eyebrow mesh, which is a different mesh, has got a shrink wrap object modifier, and sometimes it glues to some other mesh. This can be a little troublesome, but we can usually avoid if we animate this properly. I would like to have a better solution alternative, but currently I don't think I have this option. I don't really know what I can do. However, for the other, sometimes there's some weird deforms going on in terms of volume loss, but in principle, and there's some interpenetration. I think the interpenetration I can avoid with some improvement on the, not just posing, right, but on the modifiers. So maybe augment the thickness of the, let's say, so there's a solidify. What about this? Yes, this kind of helped. Then maybe the mesh geometry at the end is not an adequate one for this kind of thing. So maybe this is one of the reasons why I have some strange shapes going on. So, and also there's a joint. So because of the joint of the bones, maybe this would be an area in which, if we go only to see this mesh, maybe it would be an area there. Additional subdivision may be a smart move, right? So let's add just this one, and perhaps this, well, let's try. Let's make a middle. Oh, I got an idea. Maybe this, maybe if I had a different mesh topology for the end, right? So currently we have this, but this could be perhaps the case. I don't know. Let's try something like that, and then we dissolve this. The subdivision surface modifier will take care about the rest of making the looping around, while the other doesn't loop around, right? So it becomes pointy and loose waves. Let's see if that makes anything better. And then the shape here could be also improved, but since I'm manipulating the mesh here, I should be careful about something here. I want to have this, on edit mode, where is the eyebrows mesh? Here. On edit mode, it is gluing onto the face. So I need face project, individual. I want to make sure that this thing, well, I just made that subdivision, right? So Maybe it's not gluing on include non-edited. Yes. Exclude non-selectable. No. So that should be this. Now with this new slightly changed mesh topology, let's see if I can have a better deforms there. No, there's still sometimes things go crazy, but this is probably because, well, this we know what is it. Apparently this is gluing to something else, but I don't know what is it. It's like there would be some object there. Would it be trying to glue to the eye which is behind? This is a possibility. Yes, I know why this is happening. Perhaps because what the shrink wrap is doing is going, one of these is going behind, I think. And then as it goes behind, no, it's not, yes, it grows behind slightly, and as it grows behind it gets closer to that. So actually this, we should do the inverse. Like, let's see, let's not see the solidify yet. The shrink wrap offset 0. Now this is the solidify modifier. It's this that I need to see. So yes, offset, it's negative. So let's instead do the inverse. Let it start with something like that. This would work like some limit distance, right? Is there actually a limit distance object constraint? I never used this. If I used limit distance towards the head mesh, this could work like some... Oh, but then this is not exactly as the shrink wrap. This will cause trouble. It will let it float in the best case scenario with a slight gap, very tiny gap. But maybe this would be better than the shrink wrapping madness that occurs, that I'm trying to avoid, by the way. So why don't I do this test? Yeah, so let's make some tests here. I will save this as a something here. Let's see what we can do. Yes, so currently there is the shrink wrap, but let's eradicate this and see if that has any value. So it's not that, it is the limit distance. It should affect vertex by vertex. I'm not sure the object, maybe to use just the origin of the object instead of the mesh itself. So okay, to the head. Oh, it can use vertex group. Okay. Armature bone. Is this from the eyelash or from the body? It looks like the eyelids or the body. It looks like it's the body because here I just have these vertex groups. So if I don't have a vertex group there for the head, it could go crazy. I don't have any special, but let's make one then. There's too many things showing here. Fortunately, I think I know how to handle this thing. Let's just make some augmentation of the mesh here. Of course, we don't need this. There are a lot of mesh we don't need here. Maybe we want some Now these are, I see where is the limit for the, this is the last face loop for before there is the, how do you say, the eyelids mesh. So maybe I don't even need that one, but just in case, let's add it. And then let me add these other faces. Yeah, I should have started differently. Then I believe if I use these, this would be enough faces. This is, what about there? No, I think that is, well, we never know. This is not realistic rigging, so why not? Maybe this could happen on some very rare circumstance, or not so rare. So let's add, this will be for modifiers. So this is limit distance eyebrows. Of course, eyebrow left, because I have a mirror modifier. So assign, let's assign with maximum, and then let's duplicate this for the right side, and this one, although won't have any vertex anyway, so no, it's mirrored, it does automatic. However, this one should have these faces. Okay, these vertices. Now that I have this, let's go on this object modifiers. I know I have a lot. Many of them are just mask modifiers for some extra stuff. So what I was doing, no, it's not for this. So now we go back on the eyebrow mesh. Instead of the shrink wrap, I will do a limit distance. No, it's an object constraint here. Then I use this left for the left eyebrow mesh. It's a single one though. Well, let's keep it like this for now. After we can fix that. Then clamp region. This, oh, I could use inside too, but then it would allow the eyebrow to go inside, and this could be dangerous. So let's give a distance outside, but let it be very, very small. And then the problem is that I don't know if how this will respond, but we'll know it right now. Outside, basically, if the rig works for this eyebrow, I need to see here. Okay, so we see that unfortunately the mesh can go inside and outside, so it's not really respecting anything, so it doesn't grant the ability, even though I have a vertex group targeted. So, and now these don't seem to actually, if we reset, what happens? It's something more that affects the object itself. We see here something happens, but it don't respond to the rig. What about inside or on surface? On surface could be interesting. So let's augment or diminish. Let's try that. No, apparently I still have the possibility to work that way. and then there's interpenetrations, and okay. So it doesn't allow really to have this, it's not very flexible. Could be useful for some, for characters like this kind of floating thing, but no, I don't know how to make this work. So another way would be to use shrink wrap, but not on the mesh, but on the bones, and that is actually perhaps more safe, because then the mesh wouldn't suffer the craziness of the shrink wrap bone constraint. So let's see, I like this idea. So here we go, back on the mesh. We'll use the same subdivisions for the other side also. So let's do this right now. Alright, then we can dissolve this, okay. And I didn't make any change to the mesh, to the vertex locations in principle, so this shouldn't require this snapping anyways. So let's go back to the object modifiers. I'm just gonna use the solidify. And in this case, can I use the solidify before the subdivision? Yes, it will look better, I think. So as it is, we get some offset, which is not enough. So let's give a negative offset, something like, and then it will grow outwards. So negative 0.5, and then the thickness, provided it doesn't become too thick in one side. Yes, this is the problem of the subdivision later. So maybe, actually, yes, this looks much better, I think. So first the subdivision, then the solidify, and then we can play out better with this. And so what about here? Okay, something like that. Alright, so now the bones are free to move because there's no, and the mesh also, it's not respecting anything. Lots of interpenetrations, okay, very bad. However, at least I simplified this. I had another spline here of bendy bones, and I deleted it, and curiously it made, as I fixed all the settings for the splines, updated them, the things got much simpler to pose and smoother curves. So I had to add more segments here. Nothing really special about this rig, just some improvement was to take off a spline from here. Then we have this long spline, and here I keep this small spline because this allows for this kind of posing. And if I had this spline here, I'd have to bring this bone here, and so yeah, so this is the solution that I'm using. So where is that, what I was doing again? I need to, yes, the shrink wrap bone constraint we'll use for the deformed bones. Actually, I should use for everything, just in case. So let's try this out. This is something I'm not using right now, so let's collapse. I'll keep it, maybe later I get them back. So what are the options here? We could use a limit distance too instead of the shrink wrap, but let's start with the shrink wrap. If it doesn't explode the rig, that's fine. So target the body. There's no vertex group to target this time. On surface, so exactly on surface 0. So let's see that. This means that this bone will keep transforming on top of, but you see that all the other interpenetrations, even without, well, even this is still a shrink wrapping feature, right? Then this happens. So maybe this happening because of the shrink wraps, but bone constraint instead of the other. We can see that pretty fast. Yeah, so even without any shrink wrapping, this happens. So this is something about the rotation of the mesh, something about the mesh topology, or the that I should be aware. So this was not about shrink wrap. So in principle, let's augment this distance very slightly and see what happens. Well, this is a very large distance from the face. Let's try something smaller. Now, of course, I need to reuse these. I cannot I'll have to do one for each. So shrink wrap. So then let's pick a target here, the same and the same, and then let's pick the same value, the same value, the same value. I'm not seeing the bone shrink wrapping itself, so it's strange. But I cannot move it now for some reason. It is why I can move this one and not this one. It's exactly the same thing, and this one is also locked down. Okay, it's certainly this bone constraint, so no. Did I accidentally lock this bone? No. And why its rotations are unavailable? So for some reason, there I got some keyframes going on. No. Something really bizarre is going on. Maybe a bug. Okay, let's okay, this is, I have no explanation for this. Let's see what's going on with the mesh. Did I accidentally, no, this shouldn't do. Could it be that that these shrink wrap bond constraints are making, yeah, even, okay, so it's a very, it was some bug about concern the shrink wrap bond constraint. So apparently this is strange. So if multiple bones were targeting the same mesh, it makes it go crazy. Let's try it again. Okay, this bone can move on surface. Let's give it some distance. Okay, then let's do it again. Shrink wrap body. Then okay, so it is indeed we can't use more than one, and so if I cannot do that, yeah, it's not the, Okay, so this is doing its job, but this is free. So this is not a technique that we can use for this case. Strange, because so not shrink wrap bone constraint, so it bugs out everything for some reason. But I have it for the eyelids bones and control bones. And all right, let's try another approach. Let's try the limit distance, and let's target again the body. And now I have that vertex group, which is eyebrow. Okay, this one. Let's copy. Yeah, it's annoying that I have to preserve this thing. Okay, limit distance. Let's body, then paste here. Let's say not inside but on surface. Well, here I could use for all of them, and then let's put that value to 0.1 and see what crazy thing happens. I can't barely move them, these bones. Let's reset here and see what happens. World space. Okay, I cannot move, nothing happens here, and for this bone I can pose. Yes, it is trying to be on surface, but it's too far away. So as I approach, let's see, let's get closer. It becomes difficult to manipulate the bone, doesn't respond properly. What about outside? No, this it instead inside. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so the rest position for some reason so let's use inside and the same value here. And what about world spaces? Okay, it's locked and locked. So same problematic here. I think this target, even though I'm using this vertex group, this is very unfortunate. They seem to be, because they are part of a chain of bones, maybe they got crazy. Well, no, these bones are not parented between them. They are parent to the head bone. These are. So another technique that didn't work out. Experimentally this is very bad. So not very interesting. I just remain with the idea of the shrink wrap bone constraint. So that's it. Let's resume this. So no, let's not use this yet. Let's go back to here and get our shrink wrap. So far the easiest solution. Shrink wrap modifier, target body, no vertex group. Well, this is the vertex group for the eyebrow, so there's not all of it should be shrink wrapped. So in this case, so now where do I put it? After the armature? Yes, it could be here already, and then of course on surface could be inside. And then subdivisions and solidify, which can grow The other side is getting crazy because I probably should do something about the mirrored mesh. There's time because I've made change to this. Okay, let's see. We have the there's no mirror modifier, so I could make a mirror modifier here right now. For some reason I decided to, for this body part, I've decided to not have a mirror modifier. Mirror. Okay, it's still having trouble there. The target. Let's see if what could be fixed. So first the mirror modifier. Okay, so this is okay. It's the armature. No big deal. Yeah, because I've made change to the bones on one side, I forgot to adjust the other side. So basically symmetrize. Now it's fine. Good. So let's see. Now I have a shrink wrapping mesh in principle, though not bones, and I'm still having huge problems of interpenetrations, but this is normal because I didn't set up the things as the way I was used to. So I need to check these things, and for these bones they could already have this thing. Okay, so now this is very wrong. Let me open a previous file before I was attempting to change those things, and let's see what I did for the eyebrows, because I don't have, so I have the armature object, shrink wrap first, above surface 0.04 positive, no vertex group. Okay, above target normal project. Target normal project. Strange option here. Accidentally I've deleted before. Then subdivision. Okay, this is so. And then thickness 5, simple, offset 0. All right. Target normal project and above surface. All right. So this combo should make a better result. So let's see. Above surface, target normal project, a positive value, and then subdivision, and then thickness was 0.5, but maybe I see it is floating. I need to hide the armature. Yeah, so this is currently floating because my offset there was something else. Alright, so I'll have to make some changes there. Offset, let's keep it something like that. Offset in 0, and thickness could be, yeah, something like that. Now let's get the armature back. Alright, now I think it's smooth and the interpenetrations are mostly absent. There are still weird losses of volume sometimes, or changes in volume, but this is because of probably the mesh. I should make something about that. And this part sometimes get Well, it looks like it's getting less terrible. Yeah, we cannot scale the bones like that too much. Maybe this is something I can do about the stretch to bone constraint. Let's see. So like volume variation. Let's see. Maintain volume. Let's see. Known. What if I give xz? Yeah, so then it gets... Alright, so this is a good addition. Never thought about this because I wasn't trying to make retakes here for too long. So now this is a good thing to include in this rig. What if I get X? I don't know. Just one. Z. Okay, Z is the bad one. I could change there, but that is too many stuff. X. What about the X? X is even worse. So maybe the Z is good because the Z axis would be in that direction. So this would avoid not loss of volume, but that if for some reason, let's see, this will make the eyelid grow outwards, maybe avoiding some, let's see. I don't see any change, so let's leave at known. And then for the rotation, I don't know. Known. And that's it. So then let's, having taken this in account, let's symmetrize these new features. And now, yes, I should also try to make more improvements to the mesh, but I think I'm not gonna doing this live. Alright, this is fairly much better eyebrow rig than I had before. Let's see another thing that I might achieve from this standpoint. Yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff here. Let's see if I can... Okay, so these copy transforms, they are related to these changes of these bones. I remember an interesting topic which is about the wave painting here. And the problem that I was having, I need another... Okay, I was trying to make changes here. So we've got some deforms going on. These are not shape keys, these are armature deform. And of course, it's very hard to make good expressions without like a preset like pose library, and this is something I would like to improve a lot, but I just don't know the solution yet. So currently for this bone is not constrained to this master bone, so I need to pick them simultaneously in order to make this, otherwise I'll have... So this is a habit for this rig, because I don't want this to be all... if I get it bone constraint like copy rotation, or I won't be able to move it so freely unless I had something that would help me in this case. Armature bone constraint, perhaps. Let's see some options here. Yeah, currently this bone is shrink wrapped to the something beyond, so the fake eye surface, just not this one, so it's something that is like on the same level, but it's invisible right now. Otherwise it bugs the rig apparently. So for example, if I had to pick this and change this, this will probably wreak havoc the rig. Apparently it is not, so let's see. If I pick the, let's make sure that it is not the case. Well, the eyes rig is working, so no, it's not. It maybe it's some change in Blender, so I can use. Oh, I remember why I'm using this. Of course, it's not because of that bug. It's because this, I call him ghost, eye surface ghost, is much larger than the eye itself, and this makes that, and so it allows that whatever surfing is surfing on top of this thing has much more while this one needs to have some limits for other reasons. The ghost one can be whatever size because it is invisible, so that's why it needs to be the target in this case. So let's go back and hit the armature. I've hidden the armature, now I can find it. I hit that armature. I hid all the bones, so yeah, this. So go here, pose mode. Okay, that's how we got it back. Then all of those face bones, not the case. So what I was trying to do again, so I have, yes, of course, I want to, yes, I need to solve the new rest position for the eyelash. They are going bad on there. This will take some time. It's not what I'm gonna do now. I want to address some deforms there of the orbicularis ori region, what I used to call the eye contour region, but eye contour is like maybe a bad expression because it might remember the eye contour here, the eyelids eye contour, the eyelids border maybe, so eye contour not a good name for this. This orbicularis ori muscles, facial muscles, and so I have a lot of controllers there, but now my idea is that I can simplify this rig just as I did for the eyebrow. The eyebrow, yeah, the eyebrow, the brother eye. So let's get now, I believe I don't really require to have that much splines here, and this excessive amount of splines made actually making my deform system much more complicated, unnecessarily complicated. I would even say that if I had just one spline, that's one to each side, one here and one here, just like the eyelids, it would be largely enough. Or in this case I have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I had 1, 2 and 3, or 1, the problem is I want a controller on the top, so maybe this controller, yeah, so maybe I should push this to this position, and this allowed me to have 1 and 2. So that would be a major simplification, right? Very interesting. So let's see what I This is something I always wanted to do, but there's a long time I don't give any care to this rig in terms of kind of lot of work, right? Especially when you have a lot of bones, right? So it's a good idea. Let's try to simplify this. Now I have some better notions on the splines and the dynamics that I want, so perhaps it is possible. Okay, so I've made a backup right before, and this is just to make sure this will be, wait, okay, so this is the one I'm working right now, and this is the backup. So this and this is not 51, is 50. All right, so let's go here again. Now it's fine. There are bones here that are useless to show, but I cannot separate these layers right now. It would be good actually for this work, but these are the deformed bones and these are the other ones. So what I can do just is get this, make some special selection set here. So we assign this, I go on here and let's just pick these ones, and since we'll be working later on the bottom side as well, so let's pick all the circle, assign, and that's all that I need. So now I get these ones, and let's use the selection sets, and there we go. And also, actually I don't need for the other side, so we can remove these ones and just look at these ones. Okay, let's go folks. So here, oh, on edit mode also I'll have to make same thing, except on edit mode I lack the deformed bone. So let's go here, let's select no, this is happening because I need this. Alright, so then we hide also. Pose mode is equivalent to object mode, right, for the bones that are visible. So that's why if you hide all layers, every bone and layers, then on pose mode we don't see the armature anymore on the 3D viewport editor. We need to click here sometimes and then start to tab into the invisible armature object, unless we see its origin and perhaps the gizmo, access gizmo, if it's available here, access for the object tab on the selected object. Okay, so let's go here and yes, the simplification. This mesh needs to deform here, so the problem is if I have, oh, I got the idea. Of course this bone can be like here, because if I ever need to bring it down, I bring it down, right? I just have to push it. So yes, let's get rid of let's get rid of everything here. Two of them already are goners, and perhaps this is a goner, and possibly these are goners. And so now I remember how to work with this. This is face project, and these are situations where I need to snap to the face, to the surface. I don't need the eyebrows mesh right now, so let's hide the eyebrows. It's okay to see the eyes, although the eyelashes are in the way, so this is a good situation to just use these masks here. There we go. And so now this, what I'm doing is kind of dangerous for this rig because it's okay. So I'm snapping this, and I'm actually snapping not only the bone, it's this and this. Of course, now I probably need to augment this segmentation here. Let's give it a lot, because now this bone will have a different mission. Now its mission is to deform all this, especially this, not much that, but this, and then that's why it will have to be moving a lot. And they will be able to carry lots of expression with minimal changes. So it starts here, somewhere like here. So there's a lot of space to move down. Let's see the axis for this bone. Where is the... okay, it's pointing forwards. So that's what I want. So this is not too different. So maybe now, do we need to keep it pointing? Do you need to have a start? No, let's keep it like that. Then, alright, so this needs to be in the middle. Let's duplicate this bendy bone here. Then this can start go there. Of course, now everything is going crazy because I need to make the proper parenting here. And okay, this is parent properly. And but this, yes, this is the starting position, but its targets are all messed up. So first of all, let's pick all these bones and make some adjustments that I was using. All right, double check. Okay, so this one is lacking a target, and we will target this for the start handle. And handle, start handle, and handle. And why do I have absolute here if I can use another? Well, this won't do anything, right? Tangent, tangent. Yeah, let's change all these to tangent. Because that's what I'm using in general. Oh, something happened there. Alright, so I assume everything is okay there. All those settings are okay by default. So let's see how many segments I have here. Oh, these I also want to change, but let's see how it will be for the... So now I can snap this if Blender let me do it. So it's resisting snapping. Oh, it's vertex snapping. There we go. But now it's snapping to the mesh. So this is very important. Let's include non-edited. No way. All right. Then here, and then here, and then here. And now I pick this, just the middle bone and this thing, and I can do this, and I'm snapping everything there on the... And so now I must decide where should I put this. So it's the eye, the shape of the eye is something like that. So maybe I should give some starting shape, like, I'm not sure, just I think this could be relevant. And this, of course, let's bring it up. Now it should be easier. And let's make some rotation here. I hope this is valid. So this bone will go up and down a lot, just like this one. And then for this one, let's put it in the middle for now. And these, of course, maybe more segments here, because now they have more power and more responsibility. All right. And the wave painting probably is all wrong, so what if I try to follow the mesh topology? the flow of the mesh topology of the face loops. Maybe that's a okay idea. Maybe that's okay. I don't really like these curves. Might not be really good, right? Yeah. But there is not much to be done, right? What if I had just, well, if I had just one spline, I'll have a lot of trouble there deforming this part. So okay, with one spline I can do that already. Then push that back. Yes, this would be a sad expression, or very happy expression, like the character is dying of fun. And this is also an angry expression, sort of. Not very clear, right? But okay, we got the idea. Yes, this should work. Now let's give it neutral, more or less like that. Alright, and everything is snapping. Let's save. Let's go for wave painting. Which what's happening there? Apparently this bone is lost its target. Oh, it's, of course, it's the stretch to bone constraint. Let's fix this first. So, oh, the target for the bone constraint. Okay, here and here, and reset there. And for this, I think, well, I'm not touching this yet. Okay, so this is much simpler, right? Even though the wave painting might be wrong, and so I have a lot of trouble yet. Yes, so wave painting, of course, a lot of stuff to do here. And of course, as I move this, I should be able to push down. This is why it should be important to push down the eyelids, because then I can, so certainly, and I must respect this mesh. So there's a threshold there. This is very important. I don't want to deform. And maybe one idea that I have for this character, maybe I would require to have more subdivisions here, so that I could have a better way to, so let's see, I don't want to create any random subdivision. I want just one that would be safe. So this one, except this one sounds good for my plans, but I don't want on the ear, so it's unnecessary. So let it go there, and maybe just die, like vanish in this. Yeah, so I can dissolve this already, and then this one will go to there, and we have a trigon there. That should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. Then yes, this shape of the head is all bad. Of course, you don't see the top of the head, but maybe, yeah, maybe this one will be a good one. And then let's try to make this, because I have some troubles with the shape of the head currently. I'll have to reassess this at some point. I don't want snapping here. Yeah, I shouldn't be doing this right now. Now this, I think I'm gonna elevate, because I want the forehead to have more possibility of expression without deforming the top of the head. I had too much mesh geometry, sorry, and I think this was one of the reasons these deforms were so difficult. So now what I could do is push this down, except not involving that one. This I can approximate there, so there will be a lot of mesh there. I could create more subdivisions there, but not so fast. just that, like a extra layer for making deforms here. So there's a region here that would be the limit for the deforms, and I believe it should be perhaps this. So for now, let me mark a seam here just to be some sort of reference for rigging. And okay, this is not priority what I'm doing here. Yeah, this is not relevant right now. I can check that later. Then I want sure to make adjustments here, so I need the, yeah, oh, I should take care about this. I cannot deform the mesh of the eyelids. It is another section. Well, I can, but then I need to correct, so I need to be very careful on the deforms I'm doing here. This should be better if I was able to see the mirrored mesh, because then I could be doing something very bad in terms of in the middle part. So yeah, and currently the shape of the head is a bit strange. It sounds too rounded in this direction. It should be more elongated, even though this could look strange also, but I think I've made changes there, and it didn't received reassessment. Okay, this slightly better maybe. And yeah, I have a model sheet, then I can adjust those things later on. Here I probably think this... Okay, I'm not touching this anymore. The shape of the head, never mind, not for now. This annoys me though. This completely lost the idea of the character design here after so many changes. Alright, at least this I want to get better. Yeah, on the top of the head here, let's do that. Okay, so now I have a lot of geometry there. Well, not a lot, but hopefully enough. This face loop edge loop seems to be not well distributed after the changes I've made, so we want to use this. And now this perhaps I also would be required. Didn't I mask the eyelashes? But not on edit mode. Alright, now let's see. Alright. Okay, folks, this looks feasible to work now. Okay, so no more problem with the... What's happening there? Stretch 2. Oh, just some wrong reactualization after I've pushed this bone up. The direction is this one of the bones, even though we don't see it here. So I need the... Okay, of course we have a main bone that would make all this work for us to pick all them simultaneously. So for now we see that the deforms are not really impressive. They are cool, but they don't really help in expressiveness. So this is pretty bad. It's just this one is much better, but this I haven't changed yet. So these are already confer some cool changes, and this certainly I could simplify on just like that, right? So push this up, and delete two splines here, and no, just one spline here, and merge these two bones. So I could do it now, but I could do this right now, but I want to address the wave painting. And so apparently, what wave is that? This is crazy. What is that? I don't know what was that vertex group, but it was not a bone. It was something that was selected. I'll figure out later. So now we see that these are very... Oh, I need to protect. All right. So I have some hide stuff here. And this is... don't I have eyelids? Okay, I have eyelids, but it's for a modifier. So where it is? Limit this. This I'm not using anymore. Oh, this was... Okay, it's useless now. That's what is the... It was for a test. Maybe that's why it wasn't working after all, because the vertex groups are wrong. So I need a mask here that I kinda lost. Eyelids, shrink wrap eyelids. Okay, so this mesh is what I want, but I'm gonna... Can I duplicate that? I'm gonna save. Well, I can just select this, make this selection, assign to a new group. This I'll call hide. It will be different, and the exclamation is so as I reorganized my vertex groups by name, they get this goes to the top, and this is high priority for managing the vertex groups, because currently Blender is not very good on the vertex groups panel. So this will be eyelids mesh. So it's a false mask. It's not for a mask modifier. It's just... And so I lock this, and I sort by name, and then it goes at the top, and this is near the eyes. So what is the eyes? So let's go on this. What is the eyes? The eyes is eyes region, right? Is this thing. So there's no modifiers applied here. And now I have this one, which also... Actually, let's subtract this. It is locked. Hold on. Why I can't... Okay. Okay, so this is complicated. Let's just get some vertex thing here. This and wave, set wave to 0. There we go. Very precise. And then I'm just wondering, is that wrong? No, this was just a mistake. Okay. So we go back here. Now I lock this thing. Now I can't paint this accidentally, and then this will be a eyelids mesh. Okay, so protective layers. So what I want now is to wave paint this as I have a yeah, there's something else to care about. But yeah, at least this this should be fine. There's some other stuff there that I must lock. It's the... Okay, I'll have to create another one. So there is these eyelids border which are behind. They are here. They are not part of the... It's another thing. I don't want to paint it accidentally, so I'll select. I'll create a new one, then hide eyelids. I'm calling eyelids border. Left eyelids border, yes, that's it. Then assign, then again let's lock, and let's bring it to by name, except that I need to give them a proper, so that will be 2 and 2, so they go on the... They don't have, yeah, shoulder, do they need left and right, this one? I don't think so for now. So finally, so now to have this thing, there's a long time I don't do this is why. So you gotta, even though we don't see, I want to select this and select this and hide. Actually, why? Okay, so certainly hide that. Eyes region, this is already something that I should hide, but now I must make sure that, yes, so I'll keep that. No, things are going wrong there. Eyes region, maybe I should remake this one. Yeah, there are some changes in the geometry there, so let's just add some more mesh to this thing. Let's unlock so I can assign more, and that, yes. But for that I'll do different, because I want to check if I do have additional waves there accidentally, but then we can just, and same after we're going to the bottom region, so to work on the bottom region. Alright, so now I assign this, I lock. I can hide everything that is not here. Then I forgot to hide the eyelids border, and perhaps the, no, I need to be on edit mode. Yes, I'm on edit mode, so no more eyes border. I need to sort that again. Okay, now eyes region is here. I should be before them, but doesn't matter right now. Eyelids mesh. Then of course I still have this to remove. All right, but since they are vertices, I think I should still include the last one, right? So let's hide this and leave, no, just hide this. And finally, let's start the wave painting of that. So Okay, all this to have security, safeness in doing this job the best way possible, because this is very annoying. So now I'm gonna make several changes to this thing. So I could add lots of waves here. Oh, actually, I have a better idea. Right, so this area in the middle shouldn't change much. So actually, it needs very small waves. The waves must augment as we get closer to the outer regions. Okay, but of course things are going wrong here because besides the hiding, I need to make a selection. And so this is the selection where I want to work with. Yes, so this is something like that. This show there's lacking something there, so let's see, exclude that, whatever. Have to fix that. So this is the selection that I'll be actually protecting with something. Let's use screencast. I have a shortcut for this, so let's repaint this thing. Mix. So it's O that will paint mask. It enables here. So let's go. So very small waves here to start with. All the rest can have lots of waves. Yes, even that far. And there, that far. Yes, something like that. That's fine. Then we reduce, of course. We use this one. We can reduce that way. All right. And then, of course, can I reduce that way? No, it's not helping, so I'm just reduce in the middle. So it won't have much influence there, but as it grows in here, it starts to be strong. That bone, yes, this one. And then even stronger as we get near the forehead. Here I'm not sure, so let's leave it weak. And then, of course, as it gets there, it should be weak also, because it's here that it must be strong. It must drive everything. Here perhaps it's still too strong. We see some wrong deforms there, so let's try. Let's try that. And now I see why the waves were kinda not very large, because it's very difficult not to deform the characters. Okay, so now we need to toggle off the paint mask option and then switch bone and then toggle on. So now this bone has got, okay, let's toggle off. So these bones have inverted waves. This is very bad, of course, so let's change. Oh, they even have the wrong naming, right? So let's is it possible to do this? Yes, it is. So if I swap those names, so something like that. So now it's an orphan. This becomes 5 and this becomes 4. Alright, now they are correct. These were always correct. And for this, however, these yeah, so don't bother about that. Provide the tags are not now, at least. Take too much time to rename those things. So let's go here and start addressing this wave painting. So here paint mask. Where is my here? Okay, so here we can get a lot of influence already here. Yes, for this area. What about this? Yeah. And then here we start to remove, but can have a lot. Not sure about the, yeah, this bone, the other have other influence right there. So let's keep like that. Let's blur. And yeah, here more blurring. This area is important, close to the, but then let's leave the other part for the other bone, the column bones. Alright, then unmask that, change mask, and here unmask, change mask, select this, how do I pick? No, I need to, I want to wave from there. I don't remember. It's control, no, wave. Oh, it needs to be here. It's shift. I'm confused. I don't remember what is the shortcut. Yeah, I don't remember the shortcut. So I don't know what that's, what wave was that, something around here, right? Okay, so maybe I'll even about the 600, 0.6 actually. Alright, so this looks fine. Don't go too far there, then we can start already smoothing out everything. Especially here, we don't want to mess with, actually here, let's even subtract, I'm concerned about this. Let's leave this area for that bone. More blurring, yes, now a lot of blurring. Here is very important, so we need to blur that region a lot. Yes, we could take some more there. And what about this part? Maybe I can push some influence there and blur. Yes, maybe that is relevant too. And I could pause if I alright, it is working in terms of making more expressive expressions, if we can say it like that. Yes, it's still not enough, and some deforms are strange, but and there are sometimes some interpretations. We need to, but this is much more interesting now, but it needs to go more. This will go more when we start to affecting the, yeah, so there's some stuff I need to address there. So maybe less influence on the top, so the forehead stays on a certain format. It doesn't get pushed down so much, and that doesn't happen. This also is able to make a lot of deforms there. So this is Cartoony stretch and squash, but yes, there are some shapes that are not very good too. And this is actually very interesting. And let's see. Yeah, so let's finish with this. certainly this bone here requires radical change. Yes, so let's subtract everything to start with. Then we start painting like on very low waves, I mean. And then as it approaches here, we can, and here too we can get some more waves. So here should be important, and yeah, something like that. We'll see that part later. And then for the top, probably all here around, and we are seeing that this part near the eye is the really what matters. So actually, yes, something like that should be relevant, and then it's blurring time. Here we should also limit a lot. Here maybe some, yeah, so here this is important. I must make sure I got these things right. Let's already start blurring that. A lot of blurring on this. Actually, I should even attempt something more like that. There is a threshold here that I must respect then, so this should be applied probably to this here too. It should be okay. And then here we can, yeah, should be careful about that. So let's push this and then blur. And here maybe it will be fine if I get more strain there, just on that region, because this would control this pointy part. It's perhaps important. And then a lot of influence here, something like that. That looks good. I'm gonna save. Then I'm start to replicate this strategy here that I forgot that could be important. It will be better if I, yeah, so maybe I need to pose right so I could have some, yeah. Looks like a cyclop if we look like that. Yeah, all right. So but now it's also a bit difficult to wave paint, at least on here. So oh, I see, this bone is down the middle. It requires everything here to fold, to deform, whatever. Yeah. Then let's blur. And also let's take off this region on the top, the threshold, that then I can assess in more details, right? Really, right, I start to take all the weights from it, like counting even. That's why I miss this option where I could, with the mix, pick the, what happened? Something strange happened. No, just an impression. Okay, so this is okay. Let's not get anything here. I can, maybe here it will be fine. Yeah. Here this could be important too, to preserve the flow. Maybe I need a better mesh flow around here, and blurring here should be okay. But now I need to change this pose. Okay, so here we see that the shapes are more or less, even slight shapes, they are already strong enough to make some radical change. But you see how better now these deforms are. And here there are too much, of course. So really I should take off some waves there, or this threshold on the top should be really well considered. Yeah, this bone has got too much. Oh, this one also don't have yet this. Oh, I've made actually a flow for both sides. This is kind of ridiculous. Sharing influence, it was like not very necessary the way I've done, but I'm gonna reassess that. Maybe maybe I can take off like with smooth in this direction for that one, and for the other one I just do the opposite like that, right? I totally forgot I had two splines, or how they should be wave painted. Okay, so this should be, this is more likely. Then going back here, we see that there's a lot of waves there, and this is not good. So this can be destructive to the forehead, right? While maybe this is relevant, but not so sure. Maybe this is a task for the other bone, so let's just blur this out then, or try to annihilate that with, no. Now this bone requires influence there. Yeah, so maybe there's no way I need to have to influence, but not like that, right? I'm nearly reaching the other side, so well, who knows, maybe that's required. Okay, and then we'll test out then this. And now what I could probably do next, besides testing how this deforms. Okay, so yes, very interesting. Not great expressions, but already feasible. Let's see if the forehead, yes, so I need to protect the forehead even more. So it's really a question of subtracting. This means, hold on, let's make something radical here. I'm not using the, yeah, so what is my threshold? It's there, right? So now I believe I'm gonna try to bring it 2 steps down. What about it? We'll try. So I'll make this the mark sharp. Does that count? Does that appear on here? No, it doesn't. So unfortunately, so what I need to do is to go here. Let's assess the head. Yes, so what I'm gonna do is, the problem is, how do I pick that? Okay, I know. Need to just see the mesh topology for the real mesh, which is this one. And this is just the wire, show wire thing. Which I have a shortcut for it. And the other two, so alright, so I just want that and not the other one, which is the more generic one. Let's start by picking the bones that, just checking if that, okay, that's alright. I don't see the threshold, but I can recognize, so this would be the limit, right? Let's assess. This is correct. I could do even something crazy here for temporarily. Let's make this landmark there. Okay. Now then I dissolve that edge. Doesn't matter. So we need to take off all the all these influenced here. Yeah, I'm not even using for this the other features here. So this is a cleanup, negative cleanup here again. Yeah, so everything here goes down. Now you see that this starts to, this is why I was thinking I needed more mesh geometry indeed. And so then everything for the the face expression I'll try to limit, so I'll have to reassess my eyes region, which was going too far on the top. Okay, so not this one is fixed, this one is fixed, this one is not fixed. Yeah, and this means that I even need to take off this radically. So now the face won't be hugely deformed by these deforms, and so alright, so now everything looks good. Let's reassess now my stuff here. I should have a orbicularis oris oculi. Let's do it. So hide. I should have done this from the start, right? But because this was an obscure rigging process for me, the orbicularis ori region, I didn't know what would be best in the end, right? It was quite challenging, and now I have a much clearer idea what it's required. So that would be 2 orbicularis oculi. C, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. So here I can take this off, right? This seam, clear seam. I can already take this off because I have the other clear sharp. Then let's start to address something like that, except I don't know for the bottom region yet, so probably I would use, yeah, this flow is a bit bad, right? So let's include that, let's include this, certainly this, and then does it stop there? Should be the last one indeed, and then this. What about the bottom part? I'm not sure. This goes elsewhere. This will suffer subdivisions, so we have a tendency, right, but to expand it, right, the deforms, but really maybe it's not a good idea. So let's assign this. And let's bring this to the top. And let's lock. And now let me reassess what's going on. Oh, this was a triangle, I remember. Oh, maybe I did it some other time, not sure, but whatever. Is that really necessary, actually? Oh, there's some edge there. Yeah, we can take the risk. Now let's bring these things up. I think there would be enough subdivisions there to solve the... What is that? I don't know what are those, why this color, but it doesn't matter. Oh, there's some fluctuating I don't know, maybe it's just some, yeah, residual thing, but I need to assess this thing at some point. Alright, let's go back. What is that I was doing? Let's reset this. Yeah, it's much cleaner now, much simpler to pose and to do everything. Even the control rig will be much easier to do, much simpler. The deforms, most importantly, the deforms are also more consistent now. Yeah, not great expression actually. This maybe, yeah. So this is the problem here. I lack some. Maybe this should. Yeah. Also something that's happening is the eyelids mesh are still not following. I know how to solve this very easy because the eyelids mesh is shrink wrapped to the eye surface. They, as soon as they get influence from these bones too, they will, even if it's slight influence, they will follow these deforms too. So as this goes down, the eye, all the mesh of the top eyelid at least will go down too. So this will be very important. I think I have this already, but maybe it's so slight. No, maybe I'm not having it for some reason. I've cleaned up accidentally. I don't know. But it is working now. Let's see my simplification, right? Where is the I remember I needed to. Okay, so now I have this, and the eyes region I also am going to. Okay, so I get this. Let's get, this is the eyes region actually, so no, actually not so fast. The orbicularis region goes to the last face loop before it becomes eyelids mesh. You see it there. This is already eyelids mesh. I recognize what I've done there. So this is not eyelids mesh. This is the last, and so I should give a special color to that actually. So let's give some red. And same here. The last of the orbicularis ori should be red too, so that one with this system. All right, of course not in this way, right? If I'm not wrong, I need to, although it is tempting to be like that, hold on, it's here. So this, and hold on, that one, it's here, the last one. So it's not good for face loops, so I have to take this off, although it could be important, but I'll give it that another color. So these are the limits, but instead of limits I'll just give them this and this color, and that's it. Or maybe a blue color. Let's select by material, and alright, and this of course is only meant to appear on solid with the texture thing. Yeah, material, texture. Alright, so now I know what is the limit, and now I can just take this off, dissolve this edge, but it's not over. Let's, so the head, not the head, sorry, the eyes region is not exactly the orbicularis oculi, is the orbicularis oculi plus the eyelids mesh. So let's delete this, not delete, remove its whatever it got, because I will gonna make, so now it has nothing. So selection, eyelids mesh, selection, eyelids border, selection, and that is the eyes region assigned. So let's give it 2, then 2A, actually yeah, 2A, 2B, 2B or not 2B, and 2C. Lip is already something else, so top. Arms is, so shoulders come before arms, so arms will be 4A. Let's rename, sort all that. Great. Now it's much simpler, and we were able to remanage this. And now to finish, because it's not completed, but yes, I'm very satisfied that I've got this back, because it was very bad to not have these things functional for so long time. Yes, this is actually working. Let's look at the, though, yeah, still not looking great. Of course, need the eyelashes, but the eyelashes won't make it look good currently because we're reworking on them. So let's do for the bottom region now. So currently the bottom region is more okay, but I need to rework the bones. So I'm gonna do 2 splines. So I should delete perhaps the middle one. Let's delete that bone, and let's reassess our mesh. Let's reconnect those things. Let's use the, okay, medium point already. I will pick this, and let's start making these connections. So let's fix the targets first, otherwise this will be always wrong. So let's see, this is 08, 08. Okay, so here is start 08 and 09. This is correct, and this is the only thing that's wrong. So it starts 09 and 001 is the same. Okay, so that was simple. That was pretty simple. Then for the starting, now it needs to snap face project and include non-edited. That's it. And I better be on. Okay, so it is snapping. That's what I wanted. So for to start with, what should be a start position? This goes, should it, maybe this doesn't need to be exactly the same logic for the other one, right? So maybe it could start here and this start more here, and same here. Maybe the structure here of the expression might be different, right? So that looks good. Let's see the alignment here. The z-axis. Okay, let's rotate out. Let's rotate. No. Okay, so it would be this row, this bone would align itself with, yeah, let's reset some rotations to make this simplified. So I could align this bone with this, right? Then we need to reconnect here, but not with this. Need to what about these rolls? This roll is very bad, so I don't know if I go positive or negative. Let's see. Oh, I can look at there, right? So this would be a positive roll, and this is a negative roll. Okay, so let's do positive roll and see if that's correct. No, it goes negative, although there it goes positive. Alright, so never mind. Let's keep this won't really make much difference, so let's reset here. Reset, but I want to fix this. Yeah, they have a lot of strange rolls. Let's reset all rolls. Okay, let's start with that one. So roll 0, this is okay. It goes z-axis there. Then this can be aligned to that, right? But as soon as it gets there, let's connect here. Then these can be roll like that. Roll 26, roll 30, roll 22, yes, all good. Then this we assign there, connect here. This requires to start rolling there, so rolling positively, right? Let's re-roll here, but I think it won't matter. Roll 58, yeah, it doesn't matter. It follows the roll of the parent anyways, because it's already connected there, targeting, and I apply the rolls. These, yeah, let's start rolling here, the Z to the front. Maybe you don't see here. There we go. Then we snap here, and if we see 60, 68, 97, all right. Then let's align this. Then this we yes, positive, keep rotating somewhere like that, some's fine. Connect, snap to a vertex, all right. 110, 150, wow, that's a lot. Let's derotate a little. 100, okay, that's fine. 127. Then this align here. Then here, yes, it's closer to the other side, but let's rotate. Let's roll, I mean, on the positive. No, reset roll. Yeah, why I have to do all this? Strange, this one. Reset roll. Okay, let's disconnect all this thing. Maybe let's do something here. Reset roll. This is 127. Okay. Let's align this bone with this one to see what happens. Okay, it keeps a similar roll. Let's make this rotation now. Oh, I see. The rotations that I need to do on this bone, they affect the roll a lot already. So, alright. So let's do here. Let's then connect here. That's why this is normal to have 232, all these rolls. So it was always correct. unless I went negative. Just trying to give it some better logic in case it was wrong. So here, what's the start? This is the start of this bone. Let's align this here. Okay, and then let's connect 265, and then of course this bone now has the larger rolls of all, and if I rotate this, it keeps augmenting for this bone, and this probably augmented too. So now let's retarget this, start handle, and there we go. And the names of the handles, yes, I should try to update because I start here, so 0, 1, and even I contour, this is all old stuff. So let's do this right now. So Control F2, objects, no, I hate this, bones, then find and replace, control is fine, but control I contour, no. So instead of this I contour, I will call this orbicularis oculi, whatever, and BB. Alright, there is more to do. So let's do this in a simple stack of actions. So handler, instead of this, it will be oculi BBH, and that's it. And then for the numbers, I don't know how to automate that. Fortunately, this has lost there won't be duplicates here, so I think this will be safe. 5, 6, and that will be the 7 is 1. Okay, now for these ones, same process. Control F2, find replace. So def head, okay, this is what I'm using for organizing. So it's normal for the vertex groups, but control bones didn't have vertex groups in principle, so that's why they don't need this head thing there, def head, they just are control. Okay, so let's take I contour, and that's it. The BB is right for B bone. So orbicularis oculi, and done. And then the numbers 1, 0, 5, no, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. Yeah, it's fine, and hopefully they get symmetrized for the other side, I guess. Nope, I'll have to a lot of things went wrong there, right? So oh, these bones got all, yeah, the bottom ones. Okay, let's do some selection set here, something. Alright, so this, let's hide everything else. So now let's get the stretch to reset, 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 and reset. Let's look at the deforms, how they are. Okay, it's very bad, the wave painting is not assessed. And of course it's deformed the other side because I've made too much change here. So let's just, oh, this will take some time again, yeah. Alright, so I'll do this right now? I'll have the mask. Oh, I have a new mask now, so This will make things much easier. Yes, so let's do this. Yes. Where is the eyes region, orbicularity, oculi region actually? So let's pick the eye region. Actually, there's another problem. These bones probably have wave painting exceeding all that thing they have. So maybe what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna subtract a lot of things here. And then when I reassess for wave painting, then I'll do something about this. Why I have these things to this extent there? Oh, I don't want that, just this. Alright, then I get this. I take off a lot of influence here on the corners. And here also, to be sure, let's take a lot off, and here same thing. And so now also this is, oh no, this is correct. And then we reassess this. Now yes, I can probably be safe in taking this region, but I will protect. Now let's go directly here to avoid mistakes. And so yes, so this is correct. We can just go wave painting this where is the wire? Show wire? Why the wire is not showing? Alright, so something went wrong in the process. That the wire I cannot. Well, I'll use this one then, whatever. And I need the mask or not. No, this is my mask. Okay, so it will be easier to shift bone selection. Okay, so starting here, let's bring some influence there. And let's get some mix, maybe slight influences there. Maybe a little more, who knows? Something like that, especially here, and then blur on that region, blur there, and here. Alright, and then maybe reduce here, who knows? Not sure about this part. Then picking here, we can blur a lot here. Alright, this seems good. And we start to make strong influence here, in this region. Exactly. And maybe what I could use it here is smooth, something like that. Alright. And then same thing here, lots of influence like that. This will already be the domain of that other. Let's use smooth and leave it like that. Maybe less here. Okay, and for this one, it has huge influence there on the top. It should have some influence here too, probably. So let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's use something like that, and then just blur from this, and maybe even blur. Now this will smooth all that I have on the top, but that's okay, I think. And let's test these new deforms. Alright, this is pretty clean. There it's a little strange. Yeah, this bulge there, why it is happening. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but in principle it's very stretchy, squashy, it looks good. This interpretation is normal, because what if I put the bone into the head? Yes, it is just responding to some queries. So there should be some limitation of the control rig, right? So this is something that I should be reassessed. But here, you see, this is not so bad. It's just not that we need to pose this in some crazy ways. If it rotates, it's not too bad. And you see how the mesh outside of the blue region stays equilibrated. Of course, there it's moving still because I've wave painted the last portions, but that's fine. It's like so it's not safe to paint to the limit, and besides there are the subdivisions. So let's make it even clearer now what's happening there. Oh, this bone has lost the target apparently, or maybe it's not snapping properly. No, it snapped. Let's see the target. This is 0.6 and there it is. So what's happening? Oh, it's not parented, of course, so I have to reassess the parenting system. Keep offset, so we'll do like this. Okay, this, and this. Good. Now it won't do that action. And so if my limit is properly done, I shouldn't care about when wave painting going to the outer edge. Maybe I should have put the outer edge even inside. But look at that, this is really cool. Yeah, this is really fine. Yes, this bulge, what's happening? How this is being caused? Maybe this is only to the other side because it is suffering from... I haven't worked on the symmetrization, right? Let's look how this all works without the... If we look at the eyelashes. Of course, the eyelashes are not currently working very well. We'll need to they get deformed at some point, but this it was okay until I've decided to change their rest position for another feature. But you see, if we I need to make this automated, this double picking. We'll see how to solve it. And otherwise, it's pretty cool. I'm liking this a lot. So I need to fix. This was long, but it was very productive. Let's see if I can now huge simplification. Like I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 splines or lot of things, and the control rig also I need to reassess, because it will also become much cleaner now. So what I need to do now to finally finish this part is to make sure that this symmetrization works. And what I'm afraid here is that my is this a bone? No. Did I deleted the oh no, it must be on another layer, I guess. Here, yes, they were in another layer. So is this symmetrized? Yes, but the wave painting are not working. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so for some reason okay, so that's simple. So there we go. So so this here, there we go, it's complete. So let's see. Yes, that's why I need this automation, even though we do this for all the bones, right? This one would move faster than the others. Much cleaner. Why didn't I do that before? And so that's it, folks. Hope you learned something if you're watching this or find it interesting. And happy blending. See you next time. I think I'll continue here with yeah, the control rig of here. I need to return to it, but now it will be much simpler to solve. So remember, it started with some crazy, very bad and annoying stuff for the eyebrow rig, and now ended up into very deep reassessing of the orbiculary rig, which, and now we just need to complete the integration of that. There's a few features to do, like I need to automate. Well, you see this automated already. That bone follows this controller, but I have also another. I have some controllings here that were already working. They're just not okay. So you see why I need to. It will be good that this thing, the eyelid, moved all together, but this should be an option that I could enable, disable. I still not know how to solve this. Maybe with a property, a switchable property, right? Yeah, getting some idea. Maybe something that I can scale from this bone or this bone, and then it will toggle a bone constraint here. Yes, this could work. I could do it right now. No, not right now. So just an idea that could be possible, because then sometimes I'm in a pose on the eyelid. I don't want to change this, and that will automatically change here. I would like this to stay in place for whatever reason, and so good to be able to make that toggle of property. That's it, folks. See you next time. Probably today I'll be back, and happy blending.